So today I woke up and I felt like poop. I didn't feel motivated to do anything. I felt like life didn't make sense anymore. I would say I was going to do some stuff, but then I never ended up even starting those tasks. I would just say I'm doing it later, and I would never end up starting them. Then I looked at my brother and I was like, yo, this guy looks like a fat ass. This guy was just laying on the couch doing nothing. And I was like, haha, look at this guy. And then I looked at myself and I was like, yo, that's literally me right now. What am I doing with my life? So then what did I do? I got up, I showered, washed my face intensely, brushed my teeth even more intensely, and then I chugged some coffee and I sat down on my chair again. And then what happened? I didn't do shit again. All I did was sit there and do nothing. So what's happening to me is what I would like to call a rut. And this is something that happens to a lot of people, I would say, because this happened to me before and I've seen a lot of videos about it on my YouTube. I keep telling myself that I'll just do it tomorrow. I keep saying that tomorrow I'll change everything, but when tomorrow comes, nothing even happens. So because I'm going through a rut right now, I just thought what better time than now to make a video about how I get out of ruts, because I'm in a rut right now. In this video, I just want to share how I personally get out of ruts, because I've gone through them before, and also how I plan to prevent this from happening in the future. So when I'm in a rut, something I used to do and still do mistakenly to this day is that I will miss tasks through the day and then I will say I'll just do it tomorrow. But then tomorrow comes and I don't do anything. When you're in a rut, you already don't have enough motivation to do the bare minimum. Literally for me today, I couldn't even get up and brush my teeth, bro. It was actually bad, bro. So if you're not even able to do the bare minimum, what makes you think that you'll be able to do more the next day when you feel even more unmotivated? Just starting the pile of tasks will seem overwhelming enough. So rather than trying to put your focus onto multiple tasks that you haven't done, the focus should be put on one task that has a positive benefit for your life, and it's also pretty easy to start. So what is an example of this small task, you might ask? Well, an example of this is just literally going up and going for a walk. Going for a walk is such an easy thing to do, and it helps your mind clear up. You know, it gives you, when you go for a walk, you just have time for yourself. You can look at the sky, look at the birds, hear the birds singing, appreciate life for what it is. Because something that comes from a rut is just not being grateful for the opportunities that you have, you know? For me, just standing up and shaking myself up a bit is enough for me to just stop feeling sorry for myself and just start getting my brain working again, you know? But I say you know too much. So what this one task does is that it just helps rebuild the consistency that you might have once had, and also build back some confidence, because you're probably not confident in yourself in being able to do tasks. So if you just see that yourself being able to do one task at least, you'll start building back that consistency, building back that confidence, and you'll be more motivated to do some more tasks in the future. So let's say you start getting some of that self-trust, building that confidence in yourself again. But then as things start going well, you just start coming back and going back to the lazy habits, starting to feel unmotivated again. You feel like nothing makes sense again. You just feel like you just made no progress in your rut. You see, this is where motivation fails. You'll always fall back to where you see yourself. You always fall back to your identity. So what you need to do to prevent this is just build up your identity as well. Build up that self-trust, build up your ego, even though people say that's a bad thing. When doing tasks, you'll start proving to yourself that you're not a lazy bum anymore. And then you'll start wanting to do more stuff, and you'll just feel like not being a lazy bum. This will make doing your tasks much more easier. Like for me personally, back in Canada, when I was like in my full routine, like locked in, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep without checking off all of my tasks on my to-do list. Every day that I'm able to check off all my to-do tasks, check off all the tasks that I set out for myself to do that day, I add to my self-belief of being someone who's disciplined, someone who's able to follow through with what they say, and just someone who is able to follow through with what they set out to do. Even by adding some uncomfortable tasks throughout the day, it'll help you build up your self-confidence, build up your belief in being disciplined. Because once you accomplish that difficult task that you thought you weren't going to be able to do, you'll be able to have some more belief in yourself and more confidence in you being able to follow through with what your brain has to say to yourself. See, this is the main issue of being in a rut. You think, you say in your mind that you're going to do things, but you never take action on those tasks. You never follow through with what you have to say. So just having that disciplined mindset is something that can prevent you from getting into those ruts and can help you get out of those ruts. So what I just said were just some like ways to get out of ruts, but how can we prevent this from even happening in the first place? So what we often do, because even I'm a victim of this, is that I will often wait until things get bad enough. I'll wait until things are like out of control, like I'm unmotivated to even shower, and then we'll say, oh, maybe it's time to start fixing things, and then we'll start setting up, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and then we end up not even doing anything, and that is something that will cause us to spiral further and further down into a rut. The way we can prevent ruts is just by keeping the momentum going. Doing just enough every day is enough to keep the momentum just like keep on going, like keep the ball rolling, you know? Ruts are prevented by doing just enough every single day, no matter good day or bad day. The crazy routines that we set out to do are honestly, like for me, counterproductive because they'll make tasks seem so much more daunting to start because we have to do this, then we have to do that, then we have to do this, then we do that. Just keeping clear tasks that are easy to check off is honestly enough for me to keep my consistency, keep my confidence going. Like for me, honestly, that's what helped me prevent ruts back in Canada. Like see, the issue with me here, the reason that I got into a rut in the first place here in Sri Lanka is like, I did not follow through with all my tasks. Like my reminders app is crazy, bro. Like I haven't completed most of my tasks and that's what caused me to lose my beliefs, lose my self-belief in being a disciplined person. Every day that I didn't complete a task, every day that I said I would do it later, I added to the belief that, yo, I don't have to do this. Yo, it's okay. I could just be a lazy bum now, you know? And another way that you can prevent ruts from happening in the first place is just by reminding yourself every single day for what you do. Like for me in Canada, what I did was I would read my goals every single day. Here, I haven't done that. And that's probably why I'm in a rut. So today what I did is just like, I low-key just watched bootcamp, TGR bootcamp day #1, take action. And that's kind of like, that kind of helped me snap back and stop feeling sorry for myself and just caused me to want to start doing this, want to start doing everything. Just reminding myself of the success that I want to reach, why I started all of this. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share about getting through ruts. Because I'm going through one right now, I just thought maybe I'll just share how I personally get out of them. I know there's a lot of you videos on YouTube, but I just want to share how I personally get through them and what I learned from experience and everything like that. Just gotta make sure you start small with one task and then build up those tasks brick by brick and rebuild that self-identity in being a disciplined, being a consistent person. And the way to like prevent them from happening even in the first place is just reminding yourself every day why you started this journey to success, and just having a small baseline of tasks that you complete every single day to maintain the momentum, maintain the consistency that you have to add to that self-belief of being a disciplined person. So yeah, from Sri Lanka, thank you for watching. Going home soon, can't wait for that, but yeah.